back to another questionnaire episode. We got Migdalia Bonilla here, like always, because she never leaves. I'm joking. Okay, shall we begin? Yeah, terrific. What does trusting yourself actually look like after someone has hurt you? That's a tough question. At some point, you really have to learn yourself, your intuition, trusting whether or not like you can make the right decision after somebody's hurt you. It took me a while to actually get back into the dating scene and realizing like what I want, what I don't want, who I want, after like coming out and realizing I don't actually like men all that much. They like constantly gave me the ick even when I was on the dating app, and then I realized, oh, because I don't actually like them. So given from the standpoint of like trusting yourself and like how do you move on from somebody cheating and lying, is you catch the signs, and you know, if you miss it, you miss it, and that's really all you can do. You can't do much, and you can't really change the outcome of situations that have already passed. Right. How can someone tell the difference between intuition and fear when deciding to trust again? So intuition is kind of silent. My intuition is like a little whisper in the back of my mind, literally right like here. It's more of like an echo, and it makes me think like, oh, okay. Whereas fear or anxiety is more so a scream, and it like targets like the front of my brain. So you really have to listen, or in situations, like good situations, you feel calm. You're like, oh, okay, this is nice. But in those situations where something could go wrong, you feel like scared, you're alert, you're anxious. So those are my tells. I don't know if they're the same for anyone else, but definitely, yeah. Right. What are the first small steps someone can take to rebuild self-trust? I think more so taking time for yourself, your self-care, really spending time with you rather than jumping into another situation that could end badly. You really want to sit with yourself, with your demons and thoughts, and really process everything and just try to understand yourself and why you made the decisions or the red flags that were there, or really just go over all the traumatic or events that took place to really understand and see the signs, so that way if this happens next time when you try to date or you try to have like a new friend, you can see those signs because they pretty much expose a pattern. Right. Is it possible to trust others again without their accountability? How? I am more so standing on business. Like, I've had friends where I just cut ties with them because I couldn't trust them, and that's like a huge thing to trust somebody again. Because if you even try to move on from the relationship, like, how do you know they're not going to lie to you again? Like, it's super difficult, and I just can't do that personally. So I ended up getting rid of friends I've had in the past for lying to me or betraying me, or, you know, just overall standing on what I said of don't lie to me and I won't lie to you. Like, treat others how you want to be treated. Right. Great answer. Yeah. No, I totally get it. You know, us and those pesky trust issues. How do boundaries play a role in rebuilding trust, both in yourself and with others? Standing on those boundaries. Like, you can't just say, oh, I have this boundary, or like, don't do this, but then you let it slide when it does happen. You have to be consistent in your boundaries, and then they also have to show consistency in accepting those boundaries. Because another note to yourself is like, if they don't respect your boundaries, then they're not a good friend or a good partner. So why do you want somebody like that in your life? Really take the people that hold the same values as you in your life, and it will bring you peace. Right. What common mistake do people make when trying to heal after trust is broken? Probably holding a grudge for so long. Like, if you're trying to move on from the relationship and you constantly like hold a grudge to them or bring up their past instead of trying to move on, like, they're also trying to move on, but I know it's hard for, you know, the person whose trust was broken to move on as well. But that's where you talk about it and say like, hey, I need reassurance, rather than like bringing it up in an argument and having those like issues come back and just blow everything up and out of proportion. So if you're choosing to trust them and move on from them, you should like move on from the situation, then you shouldn't like always shove their face in it and hold a grudge to that because it's your choice. Right. Can forgiveness happen without reconciliation? It's a big word for Elmo. And what does that process look like? Forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's for you. And a lot of people don't understand that or take that into consideration because you have to forgive them in order to make yourself happy. So why hold on to the anger? Just let it go, but don't let them back in. Like you can forgive somebody without, having to tell them. And I think a lot of people get that mixed up. Right. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. We will see you next time. Have a great weekend.